What up, what up, what up?
What's up with you, man?
Same old same, 6 mil, keeping it trill.
It's KG.
Welcome to another episode of For the Fam Podcast.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling today, bro?
I'm good, man. It's about 95 degrees outside, but, it's all good.
Hey, it's summertime. You know what I'm saying? It's July. It's to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what's on your mind today, bro? What you want to talk about?
So, got a couple of things, but one of the things we're going to talk about is being invited to the cookout and why we're so quick to invite everybody to the cookout when they do something that we deem as being black.
Expand on that.
So, for me, when someone shows compassion or does something. One that I saw last week was a white guy stepping in and defending a sister that was basically being accosted at a store by an older white lady, and he stepped in to defend her. Every comment, this dude invited to the cookout. This dude invited to the cookout. Did he ask to come to the cookout? I mean, we're making him a plate because we're not, you know how we are. But did he ask to come?
I feel you. I understand exactly what you mean by that. And I also get annoyed by that very same thing is we as black people, and I'm a black man, I can only speak as a black person, but it appears to me that we are way more inclusive when it comes to our culture as opposed to any other ethnic group.
Mm-hmm.
We're just, like you said, anyone who does anything favorable, we want to invite them to the cookout. We want to accept them. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but no one's trying to invite us. No one's including us in anything. So why are we so acceptive? No, that's not. Why are we so accepting when everyone else is trying to exclude us, trying to kick us out?
And even the ones that are not trying to exclude us, because you and I, obviously, we know a whole lot of people of every different culture that we can go to their home right now and be welcomed
Mm-hmm.
without any issues. Like I said, the problem is that we just want to constantly invite people over this way. Whereas, as you said, a lot of other cultures are just simply not necessarily trying to keep us out, but they're not putting up the bat signal and saying, hey, barbecue over here, or hey, party over here.
Facts. And is I mean, to give some examples for those who can't quite grasp what it is that we're talking about, as we were discussing a few minutes ago before we started recording. People like Haley Steinfeld, because she's 1/8 black, now all of a sudden she's come on to the cookout. Why? That girl don't want to be black. Forget what she said in the movie. That girl ain't trying to be black. Why is she invited to the cookout? Because Adele dates Rich Paul. She's invited to the cookout. Why? No one does that except for us. And that's not to say that I'm a isolationist. I'm not that.
Right, because you're welcome. You show up. You're gonna eat just like everybody else.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that we don't need allies. I'm just saying that perhaps we should be a little more strategic with our invites since we're staying on this cookout thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just something that I wanted to talk about, and you know, and to look at it from a different perspective. And first, let me say this: we always got to say this. Just because we're pro-black does not mean that we're anti-white or anti-Asian or anti-Hispanic. Insert whatever ethnic group you will, but we are pro-black. So saying that from a pro-black perspective, we're 13% of the population, according to the latest census. I know everyone doesn't fill out a census form, so that 13% may or may not be accurate. It's probably not accurate, but let's bump it up and say 5% of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's 18% of the population. America, US, not global. I don't want to construe that. At 18%, we need allies. To accomplish anything, we're going to need allies, right? The latest election at 18%. If every black person would have voted for Kamala, she still would not have won. So we need allies. So we're not saying we don't need allies. For the revolution brothers out there, at 18%, 18% ain't winning no type of war, not even close at 18%. We need allies, and consider the fact that some of y'all ain't gonna fight anyway. So reduce that 18%.
Yeah, you get a lot of people out here running their mouth on a lot of these podcasts, and you see it on the reels that pop up on Instagram and YouTube talking about what they're gonna do and what they're not gonna do, and yet they're not really doing anything.
Not doing anything except, like you said, running their mouths. So yeah, we're not saying that to say
Or taking donations for a school that we still waiting on.
yeah, we ain't saying that to say that we don't need allies. Again, we're not isolationists. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying that sometimes we just need to dial it back, to just pull it back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's all right to be cool. It's all right. We ain't trying to make enemies, but that don't mean you invited to the cookout. I'm friends with a whole lot of people who ain't never been invited to my house. I'm just saying. And they probably won't be, but that don't mean we're enemies. It's a whole lot of my coworkers that I'm cool with. If they want to go out and get a beer, we can go out and get a beer. Am I inviting you to my cookout? Probably not.
Well, we come from a different generation too. You can't just let everybody in your house.
Facts.
You know, like
some things you ain't supposed to see. I mean, let's just keep it real.
They think about we were growing up. Don't let nobody in this house.
All day.
Don't go to that door.
All day. All day. It is almost like if we playing a game, if we playing chess, it's certain things that we just want to keep to ourselves. Certain things, certain conversations, sorry, you're not privy to. Just like it's certain conversations that we're not privy to if the shoe was on the other foot. And I get that, and that's okay.
Nor do I want to be.
Exactly.
Because if it doesn't involve me directly, why do I care what you're talking about?
Exactly.
If it doesn't involve me directly, I don't expect you to invite me into the room just to appease me, just to make me feel good.
Right.
I don't care.
Right. And I get it. I mean, there are some topics that, as a black man, if I'm with a group of Caucasian people, maybe I don't need to hear it. Maybe I may take it the wrong way. Maybe I won't quite relate to what's being said because I'm black. Just like I don't care how much you hang around the hood as a Caucasian, there are some things that you will never understand because you're not black. Rachel Dolezal. Everybody remember, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but we all remember her, you know, the woman who faked being black and probably still is to this day. Even her, there are things that she'll never understand because you are not black. And anytime she wants to code switch back to being white, she can. Is she invited to the cookout? No! I'm just saying. No! You are, look, like you said, we'll hand you this plate. But no, you're not invited to the cookout. We can't trust you. It's just that simple. We can't trust. Hey, wait, I shouldn't say trust, because there's some cats we can't trust that are black, you know, like Mr. Donalds and Mr. Scott. We can't trust them cats neither. So maybe we should exclude them from the cookout also.
Yeah, y'all can't even drive down the street. Like,
Yeah.
just don't even come on this block, the neighborhood, nothing. We'll just throw your plate. We'll leave your plate at the front of the neighborhood.
Yeah. Hey, and then, right, something that you brought up previously when we were discussing this, we want to invite outsiders, quote unquote, to the cookout. And at the same time, it's family that we don't even want to come to the cookout. Make that make sense.
So I saw that a few times growing up. You know, certain people, when they popped up, came walking through the back door, you know, would look that funny or different. But yeah, you're right. But we were willing to reach out and invite other folks into the house when your own flesh and blood wasn't really welcome.
And I get it. I get it. Anybody's invite can be revoked. I get it. But yeah, we should try and mend those fences before we start trying to accept everyone else into the fold, if that makes sense. No,
Yeah.
let's try and tighten it up with us. And then we can start bringing in other people into the fold. So yeah, it's just something that we as Black people need to consider, need to start thinking about. Again, I'm not trying to tell anyone how to live. I'm not the authority figure on that, nor will I ever be, nor do I want to be. Just something to think about, food for thought. So next I want to talk about some current events. And one in particular is at the forefront, probably because Superman just came out.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to see it. You went to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
Absolutely.
I liked it also.
I liked it more after I had a couple conversations, one with you and then one with a buddy of mine who was a huge Superman fan, just like you. I liked it more the next day
Mm-hmm.
after I thought about it. And then, you know, a couple things hit me
Mm-hmm.
as I was sitting in my room. One of the biggest things I don't understand, which I'm sure you're going to touch on, is the conservative backlash
Mm-hmm.
of the movie
Mm-hmm.
itself, criticizing someone
Mm-hmm.
who was created by two Jewish immigrants who put Superman to the forefront
Mm-hmm.
in their mind to fight fascism in his comics.
100%.
Two Jewish immigrants.
That's right.
But not Superman too woke.
Always have been, always will be.
They've been beating Nazis up since the 40s.
There you go. Not only Nazis, he also fought against the Klan.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I remember that cover. Yep.
So yeah, this whole thing about Superman being woke, it really sticks in my craw. First of all, the whole woke argument like sticks in my craw. Whenever I hear it, my eyes glaze over because I'm just like, here you are again, trying to basically dog whistle about racism. And I honestly I'd respect them more if you just be a man about it. Just say what's on your mind. But I seen a clip of Kellyanne Conway back from the dead. Kellyanne Conway, I seen a clip of her on Fox News talking about we don't go to the movies to be lectured to or told how to think. Since when? What the F are you talking about? Did you feel that way when The Mule came out? Did you feel that way when The Patriot came out? Are you serious? Did you feel that way about Schindler's List? Don't ever talk that stupid, man, I'm trying so hard not to cuss. Do not talk that ignorant mess. Talk about we don't go to movies to be lectured to and told how to think. A good story always gives you perspective and challenges your thought process. I mean, we're supposed to learn from books, movies. It's a part of the learning process. Mass media is supposed to challenge us in ways that we wouldn't ordinarily be challenged.
Well, they say, you know, those that don't know history are doomed to repeat it.
Facts.
And I mean, we see so many things right now that are happening that just make absolutely zero sense. That people are not more in an uproar about what they're seeing in their day-to-day lives. But that's probably just because they're too busy complaining about a movie,
Mm-hmm. A fictional character.
a fictional character,
Mm-hmm.
a fictional character. I'm telling you,
Fictional.
wait until they see Miles Morales in a Spider-Man movie.
Mm.
They're probably gonna boycott Marvel
Mm.
because I can't believe we got a Hispanic playing Spider-Man like he's new.
But this actually goes all the way back to when Nick Fury was first, when
Mm-hmm.
Samuel L. Jackson was first cast as Nick Fury.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a certain sect of the internet that were going crazy. Nick Fury's not black. We can go to Star Wars. Why is there a black stormtrooper? Well, how do you know there were never black stormtroopers? They always had hoods on. 50% of them could have been black for all that you know. They always had hoods on, but it's that, and I guess it's grown louder over the last 10 years. I mean, I have a good idea as to why, but there's always been like this certain section of the internet that tends to cry about
Mm-hmm.
fictional characters and things that really don't matter. And it's just like, man, just look, stop saying it doesn't follow continuity, source material. Just say that you're racist. It was funny to me that the sort of a spoiler, but not really. The country Jahanpur
Mm-hmm.
that's represented in the movie. Jesse Waters on TV saying, "Oh, so now Superman fights for Uganda." Sorry, I didn't see Uganda in the movie. So again, with your racist dog whistle, be a man about it, bro.
The biggest issue with stuff like that when they bring up you're saying Uganda. There was nothing in those 3 or 4 scenes where that country was shown in the movie that said
Right.
where that country was
No,
at all.
never.
The people didn't represent it
Mm-mm.
at all.
Mm-mm.
The flag didn't represent it.
I don't even think they showed their flag, did they?
No, that's my point. There was nothing to show you that this was in Africa
Right.
at all, or that they were talking about Africa.
Other than the little dark-skinned kid who picked up the Superman flag.
Right. That's it.
That's it. That's it. So, I mean, without putting your racism on display, you are so putting your racism on display. But not only that, and I know we said that we're not going to get political in all of our podcasts, but it to me, and I could be in left field on this, but when you don't have policies, all you have to talk about is culture wars. And that's all they do. All they do is tell you what you should and should not be mad about. I don't need you to tell me what I should like and what I shouldn't like. So all of a sudden, I'm not supposed to like Superman, who is an American staple? Not supposed to like Superman now? Man, stop it. So what? Like they were trying to make that big stink about gas stoves versus electric stoves. Huh? Are you serious? So now I'm supposed to be mad at electric stoves?
Yep.
Man, knock it off. Really? What does that have to do? It's my choice what type of stove I want to have in my house, unless you're gonna pay for mine. I don't care what you think. No, quit trying to tell us what we should and shouldn't be mad about. Back in COVID, you telling people not to wear a mask, you politicize COVID, a health crisis. Whether you believe COVID is real or not, that's a whole nother issue. What's wrong with wearing a mask? What's wrong with trying to be healthy? What's wrong with telling kids to eat healthy lunches like they were mad at Michelle Obama? Who is she to tell me what to feed my kid? So you don't want your kid to eat healthy?
Which, by the way, they're doing now. Literally everything that she wanted to implement, Man, I was talking to one of the kids yesterday about this, and we laughed about it because he said he remembers them joking about being mad when they took the vending machine out
Mm-hmm.
when they were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And he said they used to joke about, like, man, that's Michelle Obama's fault because they had the healthy choices in the
Right.
vending machine.
Right.
So that was him joking about it.
Right.
These cats were on TV calling for her head.
Yeah, they
Like,
were.
you're a socialist. Who
Yeah.
are you to tell me
Yeah.
what to feed my kids?
Yeah.
And literally now this gravel voice so-and-so is on TV who knows nothing about anything healthy.
I don't even think his voice is gravel, but go ahead.
Anything healthy is now telling us the exact same thing that she told us over a decade ago.
Yeah.
Hey, let's put some healthy choices in school.
Yeah.
Let's exercise more.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we've always seen the first ladies get out there in the
Right.
forefront
Right.
and promote something.
Right. That's their job.
Nancy
basically.
Reagan, say no to drugs.
Yep.
You and I both know that she was everywhere
Yep.
when we were kids.
Yep.
You know, Barbara Bush with the reading. Oh, man. The other George Bush's wife. Oh,
I was about to say Tipper, but it ain't Tipper.
But all of them were trying to do something that benefited
Yeah.
the children of this country.
Yeah.
And she was called a socialist for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A socialist.
Culture war. Culture war.
But it goes back to what you said a few minutes ago. When you have no policies to discuss,
Yeah.
you have to dream up things to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example, going back to Superman. So conservatives have been talking about the movie forever. Well, for at least the last 3 or 4 weeks, when people started getting early screenings of the movie, talking about how woke it was. One, it's woke to you because journalists are in the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
The importance of journalism was at the forefront of that movie.
That part, which goes into what we talked about on our previous podcast.
Right. While quietly, it has an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes and 93%, from the critics, and 93% from the fans. So all that nonsense you're talking, you're speaking to who? Your base. No one is listening to you as it pertains to going to see that movie.
Right.
If you're a Superman fan or a comic book fan, you already know what Superman is about.
Right.
So when you're walking in there knowing that at one point he fought Nazis in the Klan.
Right.
So no, he's not woke.
I don't get the reason to try and make Superman a partisan issue. That's the part that these things should not be partisan. A comic book, unless it's a comic book hero that's like intended to be political, these things should not be politicized. A stove should not be politicized.
A shower head.
A shower head should not be politicized. All of these things, electric vehicles, even though I'm not a fan of Elon Musk, electric vehicles should not be politicized. If you want one, go buy one. And if you don't, cool. Who cares? You got an option. No one's trying to force you to buy an EV. I get it, but I don't get it. And I guess I should say, I don't understand why others don't see it. That's my biggest thing. And to get back on point, because we started this discussion talking about Superman. Have you seen this has-been Dean Cain?
I saw something about something that he may have said, but
oh wow,
I didn't even click on it.
Oh wow. So dude done made a complete ass of himself. Basically talking about the immigration points that you were hitting earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about this is why he thinks Superman is too woke, because of the immigration emphasis on the movie. And then the internet, for all of its flaws, clapped back real hard at dude.
But here, okay. I know I don't mean to cut you off, but maybe I'm not seeing. They talked about immigration, what, maybe 4 minutes in the movie?
If that, I think it's just unspoken because he's an alien that, But here's the thing. In the Lois and Clark series with Dean Cain, he got served immigration papers. And the internet was like, dude, how can you say it's not about immigration when you yourself portraying Superman were served immigration papers? So it's like, bro, your hypocrisy or your idiocracy, maybe both, is like well on display here. Like you don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
Or the one that was on the CW. Well, remember when I think his mom walked in the house and she was talking about
Oh
she was
yeah.
talking about calling immigration?
Smallville.
Yeah, Smallville.
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
turned around and said, "We have to do the right thing." And he was like, "So, did you do the right thing when you kept me
There you go.
hidden?"
There you go.
And she's like, "That was different." But that's
Yeah.
always going to be the argument.
Right.
It's like Friday. What about the time you tried to jump me in smoke backyard?
Right.
Well, that was different.
Right.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's the same
but
thing.
but for them, it's always different.
Yep.
It nothing applies when it's them, which also just frustrates me so much about the Supreme Court and everything because now that Republicans have the power, it's different. But when Democrats got power, it's oh no, we're looking at this from the traditional aspect. And the forefathers didn't want this to happen, so we got to rule against it, yada, 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 yada. But now that we know who, man, we don't see it like that. We don't, nah, the president basically got executive authority to do whatever he wants to. Come on, man, you can't have it both ways. And that's my issue is they try and have it both ways. And it's why their arguments are so elementary and go in one ear and right out the other. Not that I'm above your perspective, but do better.
I don't think it's definitely not that we're above a perspective. We read. And when you read, you don't believe every single thing that a politician tells you. You know, we said it in the first episode. Just because we vote one way doesn't mean that we believe everything that politician we voted for says.
Facts.
If they do something that's crazy, we're going to say something about it or have an opinion about what's going on.
I think we probably said enough about Superman. So now it's time for my favorite rant. I'm still working on that, y'all. Rant about a random topic. And since we're both Bears fans, I want to rant about ESPN. And I'm not going to name the journalist. I don't think he deserves to be named. But he basically said that the Bears didn't have, well, no, I don't want to put words in his mouth. He said the Bears get a B minus grade for the offseason. While that's not terrible, it's also not great.
Right.
And I'm like, based on what, my guy?
Yeah, because by week 3, if the Bears are 3-0, they're not good enough. They're the worst 3-0 team in history. If they're 0-3, they're right where they're supposed to be.
Right.
If they're 2-1, oh well, yeah, they should have lost 2 of those games by 20 points. It doesn't matter, it seems, with ESPN what they do. And we understand that the team has not been great. We get that.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter what they do. Last season, Caleb Williams could have thrown 40 touchdowns, and they would have said, well, he should have thrown 50.
I seen something just this week, where someone was saying that his ceiling is Jordan Love. And I'm like, huh? But then they're like, but the probability of him being a bust is like 50%, which I guess is true for everyone, but it's just like, based on what?
Based on what have you seen?
Yeah, based on what?
Nothing.
Where are you getting the Jordan Love comparison? It's just like, really, dude? It is the bias is just like, and I get it. They do things for clicks. I think they try and be outlandish. They look for hot takes, you know what I'm saying? Because that draws traffic. But it's just like, man, you gotta be realistic with your analysis. Otherwise, you lose someone like me. I just go, okay, I see what you on. I'm not clicking on one of your articles. I'm not clicking on your link ever again. You know, it's just like, like the B- grade. Like, dude basically downplayed every free agent signing. Basically said we didn't have a good draft. Didn't mention the fact that we got a whole new coaching staff with great coaches. And it's just like, how can you look at all of these things that have occurred and basically give us a C?
Well, just not give any credit at all.
Yeah.
Like if you, based on the grade is bad in general, but to not give any credit at all. Well, we don't know if Caleb Williams can do this, or if he's basically saying we don't know if he's smart enough. Really? Like, he's not smart enough. Based on what?
Based on what? Where's your evidence? Where's
At
your proof?
Oklahoma, hell, in high school and at USC, he excelled. All 3 stops, which is why he was a 5-star recruit.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying he's going to succeed just because he's a Bear, just because he's on the Bears, but can we get more proof,
more data,
or evidence?
Yeah. We
as
need
to
more
what
data.
this team is going to be with him under Ben Johnson's offense.
Yeah. We need more data. I agree with you 150% on that. And it's just, I don't know, man. I mean, we love the Bears, and I mean, like, we love the Bears. So take it with a grain of salt. We could be biased.
Yeah.
We probably are biased. Just call it what it is. But even with my bias, I can still be somewhat realistic in my analysis. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that the Bulls are about to win a championship. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you the Bulls deserve an A for their offseason.
Nah.
I say the Bulls deserve an F. And that's me being a lifelong Bulls fan.
Look, a G.
A G. I didn't like either of their draft picks. They haven't done anything in free agency. So yeah, I can be honest about it, even when it's my team. So yeah, for these dudes to like just diss the Bears like this, is just like,
but it's every year,
man.
It's every year.
And it's every year,
it's
right?
Every single year.
The whole critique has been offensive line. Bears need to upgrade the offensive line. Bears need to upgrade the offensive line. Every year, Bears need to upgrade the offensive line. Well, we've upgraded the offensive line, and you still don't like it?
Hell, we upgraded the damn offense.
Basically.
Went out and got a stud for wide receiver, as long as he, lives up to his potential. And that's still not good enough.
Nope. Nothing's ever good enough. And that's the part that frustrates me. It's like, what do you want the Bears to do? And again, I think part of it is they understand that the Bears fan base is passionate, and they know it generates clicks and comments and all of that. I mean, hell, we're sitting here talking about it, but still it's just like, hey man, knock it off. Go do that with some other organization, some other franchise. Like, let us just be us. Let us enjoy the off season. You're making these assumptions. You're making these analysis, and training camp hasn't even started yet. It's like you said, just wait and see. Can we just wait and see? Can we wait until week 4 before you start trying to publish negative stuff? Please?
They never do. They absolutely never do. Hey, also, just a side note, the Fever just torched Dallas.
I haven't even been paying attention.
Yeah, Beckers and Caitlin Clark put on the show.
That's what's up. So I don't know, man. That's my work. Anything you want to rant about real quick?
Honestly, nothing I could think of off the top of my head. I think you covered a lot of it. I could touch on the Bulls for a second. So we have watched what? A decade plus of mediocrity?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit less. I mean, I'm sorry, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe a little more. I mean, I was about to cuss. We haven't been, in my opinion, we haven't been competitive since the Jimmy Butler era.
So explain to me why we would give an extension to a coach who has proven to be a good regular season coach somewhere else and really hasn't done anything here,
Where's the somewhere else?
Florida. He went,
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, because OKC,
he won some national titles.
Yeah, okay, and had a stacked team.
Right. But even in OKC, we saw where the offense could be dominant, but there was never any his style of basketball when he coaches, his teams don't really have great defense. He doesn't focus or put any emphasis on defense. Kind of like the opposite of what we saw with Thibodeau when he was in Chicago.
Yeah. Only defense and not a whole lot of focus on offense.
Right. And the reason we were able to generate so much offense because we had D Rose and Jimmy Butler.
Right.
That's the only reason we were able to generate so much offense. And of course, the putbacks, the offensive rebounds from Noah and whatnot. But it drives me crazy that there's rumors that he's about to get an extension or may have already gotten it.
So 2 things with that, and they're going to relate. I'm going to tie these together. To get back to the Bears, congratulations, Ryan Poles, for getting your extension.
Mm-hmm.
That was another thing that was in the article. They say the brother didn't deserve it. And just like based on what? The brother has rebuilt the team from the ground up. The salary cap was an absolute mess when he got here. Now we got salary cap. We can make moves. We're flexible. He doesn't have a lot to do with the new stadium, but I mean, you can't leave him out of that discussion. So yes, that brother deserves an extension. Good job. You like I said, you fixed the salary cap. You basically got a whole new team in 3-4 years?
Mm-hmm.
You got a whole new team. Did he bat 1,000? No one ever does. Yes, he's missed on a couple of free agent trades or pickups, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, he kind of missed on Eberflus, but hey, no one bats 1,000. Brother deserves another contract. On the flip side of that, the Bulls, AK and dude who working under him, man, get all of them dudes up out of here. They're all terrible. Man, was that my phone or yours?
I think it was yours. It was the timer.
Okay, my bad. So anyway, what was AK and his assistant. Those guys, let me backtrack. Alonzo Ball messed up their plans. I'll give you a small pass for that. No one can predict an injury, so Ball getting injured ruined the Ball, Levine, DeRozan experiment. I give you a small pass for that. But since then, you have done absolutely nothing. We basically got a team full of guards. You have not hit, other than Bucelis. I like Bucelis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've hit on your draft picks. I like Io, but we already got a team full of guards, so we kind of didn't need them. P-Dub not only was a terrible draft pick, but then you gave him an extension, a huge one. You gave Vooch an extension. When dude is way past his prime. Nobody else in the league would have gave Vooch that extension. Nobody else in the league would have gave P-Dub that extension. So it's just like, yeah, these dudes really need to go. And like you said, if Donovan gets his, another extension that nobody else in the league would probably do.
So we're working on 2 regimes. Not the ownership, because the ownership, he's just going to hold on to this team
sure.
until somebody makes him sell it. But we've had 2 front office regimes that we have disliked. Now, again, we're fans, so we could be biased. However, my eyes work.
Right.
I may wear glasses, but I still can see without them.
Right.
We have not made any moves to get better.
Nope.
And what I mean by getting better, I mean like getting to the point where we can contend.
Right.
Hell, with The Pistons.
Not just the playoff game, which is like seems okay to them.
Dude, we are the worst team in that division, and it's not even close.
It's not.
Milwaukee's better than us. We already know
Cleveland.
Detroit's better than us, and
Detroit.
Cleveland will win the division again.
Right.
So
Right.
we've done nothing to get better. And then what do? We as fans, we can't wait for Lonzo Ball to get back.
Trade him for nothing.
Hey, we gonna help.
To Cleveland.
Gonna take 80-94 on in Ohio, take a couple turns.
In the division. In the division, so he can come back and kill us. Good job. Good job. Yeah. No,
we
I
could
know.
talk. We could talk for hours about Chicago sports teams and the disappointments we've had since 1998. But we've had two bright spots for both of us being fans of either team, baseball team in Chicago. But that's it. Those are the only two, other than us going to the Super Bowl in 05-06. That's it.
This is my gripe, and we've had this conversation. This is my gripe with Chicago sports. One, I don't like Chicago sports media. But two, the owners of all the teams are ridiculously cheap.
Mm-hmm. And always have been.
Always have been. LA, New York, Chicago. Third largest market. We should be attracting free agents left and right. It has always baffled me that Chicago is not a free agent destination for a lot of players.
Nope.
It's always baffled me. And it comes down to one thing. I mean, because if you excel, the city loves you
Forever.
forever. You're getting endorsements. You're getting commercials. You're getting national endorsements on top of that. What you won't get is a big contract.
So two things. One, I said the only bright spot since 98 was the 2 World Series titles and the Super Bowl appearance. My bad. We have 3 Stanley Cups in a 5-year span.
Facts. We forget about them.
But guess what? They broke down for a reason. There was a scandal.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were fired. Some people were arrested. It is what it is. They will rebuild and win again before the Bulls win again.
Sure.
And going back to what you just said about the city loving you, Angel Reese has been there, what, a year and a half? She can get traded tomorrow. She is a Chicagoan. Period.
And they're terrible.
They will love her from now to the end of the time because of the effort they have seen her put in on the court.
And they're terrible.
Right. Right.
They're terrible.
But they will, like, she is part, especially with, all the outside noise going on. Yeah, we could have talked about that too with RG3.
But let's not.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. But no, I feel you. Take for instance somebody like Sosa until he changed himself into a white man. Chicago loved him.
The dude just weird.
Yeah, he is weird. But until that happened, even though he never won anything, Chicago loved him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you come to Chicago and you excel, the city will wrap their arms around you. But you gotta come. I get it that they mess up the contracts. I get it. But somehow, some way, we can't depend on the draft. You know what I'm saying? We can't. And that's why Ryan Poles deserves that extension to bring this full circle, because he's come in and he's changed that culture.
Yeah.
For the Bears, not for Chicago, for the Bears. He's changed that culture to now free agents want to come play here. Drafting Caleb Williams brings a quarterback that wide receivers, especially if Odunze and DJ Moore show out, that's going to attract other receivers to be like, man, I want to go there. Running backs, I want to go there. You know what I'm saying? Defensive players. If Dennis Allen get this defense the way we think he's going to get this defense, I want to go play with them.
And if Caleb Williams does, like you just said, what he's supposed to do in the offseason, you have people like DJ Moore and the Doomsday talking to other receivers like, hey, man, he doing his thing.
Right.
He's studying. He knows the playbook.
Right.
He'll get you the ball.
But we had to go through the rough times to get that. We can't wait on the number 1 draft pick every 20 years. You know what I'm saying? We can't wait on D Rose to be number one again for the Bulls. We can't wait on Caleb Williams. I mean, we got him now, but after he's gone, we can't wait 20 years to get another star quarterback.
Right. Well, we can't wait for Mitch Trubisky.
Lord have mercy. All right, that's it. That's it. That was the one. Look, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to the second episode of For the Fam podcast. Once again, I'm 6 Mil, keeping it trill.
Okay, G.
We still working on those socials, but once we get them all down, we'll post that information. Until next time, peace, y'all.
Later.